Okay, so we are looking at indices today, and when we say indices, is a plural of index. What do we mean by index? Places where we have, for example, a raised to power 2. So this one here is called an index. Some people will call it power of, some people call it raised to the power of, and so on and so forth. So this is called index. Now the plural form is what is known as indices. So in many places when we explained exponents in our previous class, we said if we have something like this, 2 times 2, we can replace it as 2, 1, the same base, right? They are the same thing, repeated twice, 1, 2, so we can say 2 raised to power 2, right? I said if we have 2 times 2 times 2, this is 2 in 3 places, so we can say 2 raised to power 3, because 2 times 2 gives us 4, 4 times 2 gives us 8, so 2 raised to power 3 equals 8, right? So imagine if you have this 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 in a lot of number of places, say for example 2 in maybe 13, 14, 15, or even 50 places, to reduce the space and time, all you need to do is just say 2 raised to power 50. This means you're repeating 2 times 2 times 2 in 50 places. This is what index and indices or exponents, this is what it means. Now, there are some rules guiding these indices, because there are times where you have something like this. Say, they give you something like this, 2 raised to power 3, times 2 raised to power 2, right? This means 2 times 2 times 2. This one will be 1, 2, 3. Then this times, then 2 in 2 places again, 2 times 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But some students they will look at it and be like, okay, so this 2 times 2, 4, 3 times 2, 6. It's not right. So for you not to go through this stress of breaking this down into a number of places, breaking this down into number of places, then now determining that, okay, this is 2 raised to power 5. So there are shortcuts, there are rules that are now guiding indices that has been compiled together, that when you see them and when you apply them, you automatically arrive at your answer. For example, the first rule that says, if you have a raised to power, let's say m, right, times the same a raised to power n, right? So what you have is a raised to power m plus n. What do we mean here? These a are called base. This is called base. This is also called base. While this is called what? The index, right? That's called the index. So if the base, they're now saying for the rule to apply, if the base are the same thing, a, 2, 2, right? So what you do is just pick one a, pick one base, pick one 2, right? Pick one 2, pick one a, then add the index together. So m plus n, which is, alright? So in this case, we have 3 plus 2 give us what? 5. And that's how we put it here. So this is how we apply the laws when we are solving our indices. So 2 things you need to note when you're solving indices is that the question may come this way, 2 raised to power 3, right? The question may come this way, 2 raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 2. This is going to give us, take one base, right, 2, and add the index together, which is 3 plus 2, which equals what? 2 raised to power 5, right? At times, you might be giving something like this, 8 times 2 raised to power 2. Now, a lot of students will start getting challenged here. Why? Because they are not the same base now. It's different from the rule they know that says if the base are the same thing, pick one base and add the indices, right? But here, they are not the same base. So for you as a student, what you are required to do is to find a way of bringing down this 8 to the same value as this base. So for example, 8 is the same thing as 2 raised to power 3. So I can say 2 raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 2. It becomes easier for me to solve now by saying 2 whole number, right? That is the base, then 3 plus 2, which is what? 5.